We are in two teams. I will stay on this south peak, but my colleague is going to a mysterious place. He told you that the cave's name is Chaoyuan. So what story will be happened there, and what the workers will be doing, we will expose to you one by one. If you are just entering, let me introduce Mount Huashan to you. Mount Hua originated from Shanxi, Weinan, Huayin City. It used to call it Taihua Mountain, and it has the mount branches from Qing Mount. Mount Hua's length is 12 kilometers, and its height is over 2,000 meters. From behind, you can see this is a huge granite, so it's white. It's white, and it's precipitous. It stands still. The nickname of Mount Hua is the most parallel of the 5 mountains. And today we are going to visit the most precipitous place of Mount Hua. That's the Plank Road. This is the picture of the Plank Road. It has 3 sections. The upper section is where we will head for. That's called the Chaoyuan Cave. It's about 20 meters long. And this part is the relaxing part and preparation part for these hikers. And the width is 60 meters. There are chains so can protect the challengers. This second section is vertical. It's an ionic ladder. The ladder is built in the crevices of the mountain, so when people are descending, they are descending on this ionic ladder. It's about 15 meters, and then it's the third section. The third section is directly after the vertical ladder. You see these crosses, it's about 2 to 3 meters. And after that will be the most dangerous and most thrilling part of this plank road. It's about 30 meters. So today, the restoration work will be replacing planks on this 30 meters long road. You see, there are 3 planks in total, and all of them will be replaced. And then that's the end of the plank road. Through our aerial camera, you can see the workers have already started their work, and they've arrived here. They are doing some cutting work. Some workers arrived at the plank area. There needs 7 to 8 workers. First, they will demolish the previous planks. So while the tourists are challenging this road, it is really precipitous and thrilled. But how can these workers demolish the planks and replace it with the new planks on such narrow paths? We can imagine how difficult it is. They need to move the old planks to the empty area, and then cut the new planks and then replace it. There will be 2 workers receiving the planks and then install it. It is hard to imagine this complexity, but the workers are working above the altitude of 2,000 meters and they are doing the replacement work. Speaking of the peril of this plank road, you can see some of it through the picture and the camera, but these are still. At an earlier time, we were brave enough to try walking on this plank. How precipitous it is. Let's watch a video. Dear viewers, I'm now at the entrance of this plank road. Let's hike on this precipitous cliff. Here are 4 characters. It says, please stay from the cliff. If you are not brave enough, if you don't have a healthy heart, please stay here. We know there are 3 sections of this plank road. I'm now standing on the upper section. It's called the Chaoyuan Cave, Chaoyuan Door. This part is the easiest and the safest part of the 3 sections. And we're now in the mid-section. We need some harness. Is it windy? No, it's not. It's the favorable condition for our challenge. I can only move a little bit. The road is for stone. I'm now on the plank section. It's the major role of our live broadcasting, the plank. I really cannot imagine how the workers can demolish these planks and bring up these planks and then install the new planks. Because simply by standing here,
工人在固定这些木板时候要用的。我真的特别想蹲下来拿它一下，试试它的重量，但是我就觉得这个蹲下来对我都是一个挑战。我就不知道这工人师傅要蹲下来要敲它，那整个木板估计也在晃在震。那他蹲在这几百米的高空，哎呀，他是怎么作业的？真的难以想象。 那么我们挑战了长空栈道的这个危险，才真正的能够理解为什么华山是作为5岳最险的地方，而长空栈道之险可以说是华山险中之险。体验了之后，才会有深刻的体会。而走的这个过程当中， 我觉得，与其说这个安全系数是挂在这2个安全扣上啊，其实我觉得更重要的是克服来自内心的对于这种高空悬空的这种恐惧，这可能是我们战胜内心的恐惧最重要的一个力量 来源吧。 现在啊，再来回头看我这个体验啊，看得我到现在还是心惊肉跳。如果让我再体验一把，我可是没有这个胆量了。那么我要给各位网友强调一下，这个长空栈道啊，只是游客可以选择的一个挑战项目，它并不是说你要登上华山的一个必经之路啊。还有啊，刚才我的那段体验呀，只是挑战长空栈道的一半，因为那个路啊是一个死胡同，你必须前往之后再返回，一个来回才算你挑战成功。有关长空栈道，可能各位网友还会问，这个栈道是什么时候由谁来修建的呢？这个啊，据华山景区的工作人员告诉我们，这个栈道是在元代的时候由这个道人这个叫贺志珍，那么他为了这个远离这个尘世，找一个僻静的地方呢，修道，他带领着他的这个徒弟就来到了这个华山，然后人工开凿了这样一条路。那么在这个长空栈道这个刚才我说这个3段之后呢，会有一个平台，那个平台啊就是贺志珍和他的徒弟进行修道的一个地方。那么在2005年之前啊，这个栈道是不对外开放的，因为确实是惊险无比。05年之后呢，华山景区呢也是层层加固，包括第1段这个铁栏杆，包括我们这个铁梯，包括这个木栅栏啊，或者这个木头这个路啊，那么都是经过了这个华山工作人员一层一层的去确保它安全无疑，而且是在这个第1段往下到第2段的时候，它会有一个安全绳。那么刚才可能细心的网友呢发现啊，咱们的工人在施工的时候，他身上一直系着这个安全绳的，虽然惊险无比，虽然非常非常的让人胆战心惊，但是对于工人的安全是非常非常有保障的。那么我在这儿说了这么多，刚才我们的央广记者温超去了那个第1段朝元洞，他那里的情况到底怎么样？我们让导播切到他那边看看那边的进展，工人正在忙些什么呢？
好，各位网友大家好，我现在呢已经到达了咱们这个大朝元洞啊。那么可以看到啊，这个大朝元洞呢，它是在这个长空栈道的第1阶段。那么在大朝元洞呢，它是在这个华山的峭壁之上开凿了这个山石，那么形成的一条过道。那么在边上呢有这个石的护栏，那它是比较安全的一段，也是非常好走的一段。那么这个大朝元洞呢，据说是由这个元代的华山高道贺志珍在这里开凿形成的。那么他当时呢是在这里来修身养性。那么这位呢是咱们今天的嘉宾，对，华山长空栈道景点的工作人员张东东。那么东东呢今天也会和我一起在这里给大家来解答大家的疑问。东东，那我刚才也给大家卖了关子，说是咱们在这个大朝元洞会是咱们这次施工的一个非常重要的一个地点。你给大家来介绍一下，在这里为什么会说是一个重要的地点呢？
因为这一块呢，地方比较大一点，相对来说这块到这块以后，大朝元洞门口这块相对来说比较大一点，便于工作人员在这施工、截取木料以及这些器材的一些放置。因为这里离长空栈道最近的，也是最宽敞的地方啊，因为这一块。
哦，那我看这个现在工人师傅是在这个准备用这个切割机来切割这个木材，那为什么要选择在这里切割？给大家介绍一下。
因为这一块离长空栈道比较近啊，在这一块，工作人员在这块的话，把它截取长短，截取以后从这儿也方便从这儿调运下去。
哦，对，现在我们刚才在下方的一个这个工作的一个这个师傅已经上来了，他呢刚刚在下段要换这个栈道的地方呢测量了一下要更换栈道的长度，那么选择在这里来截取这个木板，对， 对，现在这个木板是要怎么样来运送下去呢？
We can see the wood board, how we can
两
transport
个人在
it.
上边把它拽住，一个人在下边
So we use
把他的
the
头
cable.
给领住，然后慢慢往下运啊。
So we 2 people
这个
here
木板看
to
着
hand
这个
this
非
up.
常的重，
And the
给
people
我们大家介绍一下吧。
这个木板有80多斤
at the
重。
lower level to receive
工
it.
人在这
I
操作的
believe this
话也
looks
相对来
really,
说
really
比较快
heavy. Can you introduce more? This around
它是什么树种啊？
80
它是东北的落叶松，落叶松。我们专门
kilograms. And
在
how that
东北
make
开采
up?
这个木板
Actually, this is the wood is very special. It's from
耐用一些
northeast region. And we specially
我看
found
它这
this
个这个
wood
木板的这
and bring it
个
here because
颜
it's
色哈，
very
它
solid
是
and very
它
good
不是那
quality.
种非常自然的颜色，它是这个是进行过什么样的处理还是？
它是做过防腐
I look at
的
the
一种
color.
处理涂过
I
防腐
believe
剂
it's not
在防
quite
腐剂
natural
里边浸泡
color.
过以
It's
后
already processed.
选择的
Yes.
一种方式
It's have the coating on top of that. So that's for the
因为这木头的话，它时
anti-corrosion.
间久了它会
Corrosion.
容易比较腐烂嘛。咱风吹日晒容易
The
腐
wood
烂
actually for a long time it's very
容易
easily
腐烂。咱
to be
用这个防腐
corroded,
剂也是为了让它
did,
耐用一些
especially
耐
under
久
the
一些
sunshine for a very
防
long
腐时
time.
间比较长。
That is why we have
我
this
看
special
刚刚有一
coating
条
on
刚
top
下
of
来的
that
板子上它
to
是
make
有
it have a
在
long
在这边
duration.
在这边，这个板子上啊，它是有很多这个小的这个小洞。
So I
它这
believe
个
there's
是
a one just
是什
replaced,
么原因
right?
造成的这个？
小洞是
There are a lot of small
因为有
holes.
木头里边它有小
How
虫
that
子
become
虫眼儿所以时间长的话，我们
because
会
that's
定期
because
检
of
查看
the
一下你木头的情况，
species.
天天都会检查这个东西。
也就是说，咱们
For the
在
bugs or
每
for the
天都会在这个长空栈道
species
的
and
工
we
作人
have
员
to
去
check
下到
every
下边
day.
在游客来之前。
So this is our routine work. So basically every day we have people here before the tourists coming in. We have
对
to
对对，
do
我
the
们每天
full
都会检查
check
这木
and
板
make
以
sure
及钢
everything
丝绳
is
铁链的
locked
所有
and no potential
设
risk.
设备的安全问题。
Yes, we check every day
这样的话，大家都
for all the
在游玩的
cables,
时候
for
都
the
会没有
wood,
什么这个
everything
这个
related
负担
to
了，对吧？那我看这
safety.
里
We
是
have
有
to
一些
check
这
that.
个有一些这些施工的这个工具，
So the tourists
东
do
东给
not
我们
need to
介绍一
have
下。
the worries about their
这个
personal
游
safety for
行
sure.
卡，它是
So
专门
here
为
are
了
some
固定
tools.
下边
Would
那
you
个
please
铁桩
introduce more
与木
about
板，
this?
木板的固定。如果说
So this
如
is
果
to
说木板
lock
和
the
木板
steel
和这个
sticks.
铁窗，
So this is
如果说我这
to
手是木
lock
桩的话，它
the
是卡在下边，木头就在上边，然后用螺丝把它拧紧，
the wood
为了固定
plates.
好那木板。
So let's say my hand
防
lets
止
the
它滑动
wood.
是铁桩，
So
它
we
从
will
铁桩
have
的下部
下
this
部
one
下
to
部
lock
往
them.
上穿上来以后，然后用螺丝拧紧啊。
So we have the
固定住这个
screws.
对对对，
So
铁
from
桩
the
木板
bottom up,
截取刚好的长
we
度，
have the
然后
screws at
螺丝
the
拧
top
紧
to lock it down.
固定好。对对对，
So make sure everything is stable.
因为我们为了
So we
保
will
持这
cut
个
the
木板
rest
这个原始状
unnecessary
态
part,
它
and
有
we'll have
每
the
个
screws on
每节木
top
板它有
to
每
finish
块木
everything.
板它有3节，
And to make
这个
sure that the
这个
wood
钉子是
maintain
为了
its
固定
original shape
这
and
3块木
model,
板之间不
each
会晃动，
wooden
用3个钉
plate
子把它
has
们
3
相对
pieces, and this
固定好。
is to lock the 3 pieces together, so they do not
那么我们之
really
前也在想
shaking.
啊，现在
So
这
this is more
个现在
for
的这个长空
think
栈道
about
啊，它
like
都是
an
由这个
anchor
1块、2块或者
or the
3块的这
connector
个木
for
板
the
构
3
成，对
different
吧？
pieces
然后
of
现在我们都在
wooden
看到就有
board.
很多景区它使用这
So
种
we
玻
talk
璃
about
栈道
here
啊，
that's
就是
actually
这
built
有
up
没
by
有说
1 piece,
这
2
个也
piece
有
or
网友
3
提问说
pieces
是
of
为什么不换成
wooden
玻璃的，
board
而用这种木板的材料呢？
因为这个东西是古人弄的，我们也是为了保持它的原始状态啊，为了还原它当时的情形，也体现出这个当时
So
建
this
造的
is
一种
for
难
the
易程度
ancient
啊。当时古人
methodology. So,
没有
so
现
we
在
want
这
to
个
bring everything
这些器
as
械
it is in the past
这些设
time.
备
And we also
古
want to
人是
show,
在这儿弄的话也是相对比较难的。
of course, for the ancient
当
people,
时
they
人
did
嘛
not have this kind of tools.
没错，那么现在呢，工人师傅
For
正
them,
在
actually,
还在
this is
商量
really
着
challenging
如
work
何
for
把
them
这
to
个
do.
木板更快、更顺利的运送到旁边的这
I
个
see right，
也
now
就
the
是这
workers
个长空栈道的
still
第2部分铁凳
talk
的
about how we can move
地方
these。
那么这个
wooden
铁凳呢，它是大概有
move to the other
是
places
垂直于这
as
个
for the
是向
second
下垂直的大概
part of the whole pathway.
铁凳构成。那么一会儿呢，工人师傅就要从这里
So that's around 15 meters. That's the a lander. So right now we will bring this wooden board, very heavy wooden board, from here to the second phase of the whole pathway. So I talk too much, but you cannot really understand more about how difficult it is. Let me show you a video clip. So this is for the trestle road along cliff. This is not an easy job for the workers. For the whole replacement of wooden board, they need either stand to conduct their works. So they need to replace the old ones, remove the old ones, and put the new ones. So you need to use different kinds of tools to help them, but they should not really use big powers to move them. Otherwise, it will cause a big danger to themselves. So they need to have the cables link themselves to protect them safety. So they need to bring the different pieces of a wooden board together. So they need to have a different locks to link everything together and make sure these kind of the screws or the nails to put everything together in a very stable manner. And this is the most difficult part. To all the viewers at the CCTV and CGTN, welcome. We are bringing you the live stream to introduce about the whole cliff road, and there are very difficult parts as introduced in the video clip. For the first part of our live stream, we'll talk about there are 4 steps. So we need to remove them, and we should transport, cut, and install all the new wooden boards. So our viewers, take a guess. Which is the most difficult part to do? So our reporters bring the live streaming at the first stage. So he talked very in details about how we remove, transport, and cut the wooden board. So people think about why we find a larger space, we cut everything, put everything ready, and then we move them. So why we put it on the field? The workers told us that although they divide into different pieces, that around 12 pieces, but they have different lengths, we need to depend on the actual terrain. So for each piece, may not, or let's talk about for each stage, is not maybe constructed for the 2 or 3 pieces. So some stages maybe for 2 pieces. So that's why they do it in the field. So as we introduce this time is after 3 years, we replace the wooden board. So these 3 pieces, we talk about the 3 bulk of pieces, how we bring them together, how we assemble them together. So piece 1, the 3 on the top, and piece 2 in the bottom, and in the middle to support piece 1 and 3. So how we remove them first. So the thing about that, we need to remove piece 2 or remove piece 1. I bring this question to our special guests. That's also Mr. Zhang Dongdong, the workers from this area. Very glad to see all the viewers. We talk very in details about how to cut the wooden board and how we can find the suitable wood for the raw materials and which piece exactly need to be removed. So we talk about for the 3 pieces, what's the order to remove them? So if, say, you remove 1 piece, and how the workers stand, and they stand on which piece? So we talk about the process. We will take the outer piece first, and then to the middle part, and at the last,
we remove the inner part. We will not really take the inner part at the very beginning because we need to give a place for the workers to stand, and we find a new piece, put it in the middle so the workers stand on the middle part and take off the last piece. So there are 3 pieces. So these 3 pieces actually would move them together, or it's like we take one, we bring one, we transport one. Basically, we take 2 pieces, leave one for the workers to stand, and then we transport the new ones here and remove the old ones. So which means that this is a really, really narrow space. On top of that, we remove the pieces, so which means we really leave limited space for the workers. And they stand on the very last pieces and waiting for the new ones to be transported. So this is not a really easy job for them to do because right now they are standing, let's say, up in the air. This is a really difficult and challenging job for our workers. It's really critical. So we have a question to our viewers. For all 4 steps, which is the most challenging part? I believe all the viewers actually have your own understanding. So let's show you the answer. Actually, removal is quite challenging because for the wooden board, actually, if we're here for a really long time, we need to cut them and bring them out of the lock. So this is, let's say, the nail at the bottom. So like you cannot really take them from the top because top actually is finished by the screw. So you need to take the board from the bottom. And this is the new one. That's kind of the lock, and it is not rusting or the corrosion. So the most difficult part is actually to remove them. And this is so-called the nail. And we talk about that because this is for like an anchor to link the different pieces of wooden board together. So how we put it? So at the one side, we use the shovel to take one side up. Of course, you cannot take it at once. So basically 2 steps to take the nail out. Use the shovels, and of course you should not really use big power because the wooden board is up in the air, floating in the air. Imagine that if you choose very much big power and you take them off, and think about yourself standing up there. And with the wind flowing, if your action, your movement is too big, that will impact other workers. So you can see you have to be really, really careful, really, really smart. Because for all our workers, actually, they're from Huashan Mountain. They know very much about the whole environment. They understand from A to Z about their techniques. So before, actually, I had a very short conversation with the workers. They said to me that although they didn't work for a really long time, it's just their 2nd year working here, but they know exactly how to work up in the air, and they're also from local region, and they see the whole improvement of the Huashan environment. So that's why they come back and do their contribution to a beautiful Huashan. So right now we give you the footage. I believe they are finishing a transportation of a wooden plate. I believe the first piece already in the position, right? So in order to finish the whole process, which means the 3 stages, that consisting 8 pieces of wooden board, how long does it take? no big wind or big rains to impact. How long does it take? 2 days, 2 whole days. So right now we're seeing like the workers right now is transporting the removed wooden board to the upper level of the mountain. So we use the cable, the rope to take it up. So for our viewers, they ask, this is really challenging. And how it can open, so we want to like to take the experience. So please wait till the beginning of June, then you will have the opportunity to be here. So talk about the road at the cliff. We only change the 3 stages or the 3 parts that need 2 full days. But why is available to our visitors beginning of June? That because of the weather. So if it's raining, then it's really difficult to conduct the work. So we need to choose the good day, good weather, everything is favorable, then we can start the work. For all the works are finished, then our workers still need to check everything 100% safe. Then we can open to our visitors to make sure every single visitors feel safe when they are here. So it's also because the summer vacation, summer holidays is around the corner, it's approaching. So we believe we'll have more and more visitors be here. So for the summertime, there are a lot of people. So if you would like to come here, please choose as early as possible. Otherwise, there will be a long line up here. So for our viewers, looking at the workers, they think about it's really can 100% guarantee their safeties only by that 2 ropes. What's the payload? What's the load that can bear? So that's around 500 jin. So during the test phase, the supplier talk about that the 2 ropes actually can support 2 tons. So all these safety belts is the same for our visitors. So our visitors actually also have this kind of equipment. The same process, 2 safety locks. So you need to change one by one to make you moving forward. So I believe right now only 1 rope. There's only 1 piece of wood left. So I believe there's another piece right now is waiting to bring up to the higher level of the mountain. If you're just tuning in, right now we're giving you the live stream. It's not an easy job, just cut and install. That needs 7 to 8 workers to work together. We talk about Mount Huashan. Actually, we know it from the ancient stories. But right now, we talk about all the workers. Right now, they're up to 1,000 meters on the cliff. I believe they are all the masters. So we talk about different the characters in the stories. And they have their kung fu's or their military accomplishment, or they have their different masterpiece. So believe for all our workers here. So we talk about why we have this cliff or we have this road on the cliff. Because people right now here, they need to walk horizontally. So people facing the wall or they facing the mountain to moving forward. So it's also a good opportunity for them to think about, to reflect themselves. And the mountain here actually is full of granite. And there are 3 workers here working on the new wooden board. And we have the ropes. So they need to find the balance. And they need to pass the wooden board one by one. So when Todd had an interview with you, I heard that that's around 40 to 50 kilograms. That's depend on the lens, but overall that's around 40 to 50 kilograms, and that's from northeast region. For northeast region, their wood or the trees actually grow up very slowly, but in a very good quality and very heavy, very solid, and very resilient. That is why we choose the raw material from there. And what about the removed one, the old one? The wood actually we used before from locally. That's a cypress. So I believe right now they are doing the locking job. So they remove the wooden board from the rope, and they will do the fixing job. So there's no cut needed, right? So actually it's already finished, the cutting work. And they cut first and then transported the wood and bring it here. Because if you want to cut here, you see it's so difficult. So they bring the new one here. Let's say if you take all the old ones, there's no place for our workers to stand. So let's do piece by piece, right? We cannot just say we just finish all the process. So we just take one piece after another, and then we bring the new pieces one after another. For the Mount Huashan, so the people born in Shanxi, actually this is my first time to be here because of our live stream. No, this place actually is really, really dangerous. I can feel the mountains really, really sharp. Actually, I pay a visit to other mountains, but I can feel like the altitude here is really high. And when on the way I came here, I really can feel my ear hurt. And we're at the top of the mountain. Is just around 2,149 meters. It sounds not that high, but I can tell you the slope is really sharp. This is quite a 90 degrees. So that's why that brings the pressure to our ears. And for Huashan, actually Huashan is very famous for this very sharp slope. And there are very different ancient stories. Here talk about the danger of the mountain or the very sharp slope of the mountain. So the person called Han Yu, very depressed after removed from the position. So he paid a visit here to entertain himself. So he climbed up here and relaxed him a little bit on the way back. And he realized how sharp the mountain it was. And Han Xin himself felt very scary to get down. So he wrote a letter and he threw the letter downward. And there is a farmer found the letter, and the letter didn't know the person Han Yu, but he found the local governor. So the local governor understand, and he knew Han Yu, so he bring the whole team here to give the rescue work to Han Yu. So Han Yu actually, he feel very embarrassing because he's really scary to get down, and I'm also not really the person in the position. So he really afraid and he didn't want to get down. So the local governors say, get him drunk and we will take him down. So that is why we also have this story here to show you how dangerous it is at Mount Huashan. But because of this story, there's also a trend talking about climbing Mount Huashan in the evening. Of course, you cannot really look at the whole picturesque scene around you, but the good thing is like it makes you feel strong. But with the daytime, you will realize how high you are standing. And bear in mind, for the ancient time, the road is really, really narrow. I believe on the west is only enough to put 1 foot. So it looks like the mountain climbing. But for the mountain climbing, they have the security facilities. But for the ancient time, there's no that. So let's give the floor to Wentao. I invite him back. Welcome back, Wentao from CNR. Due to the interest of time, we will bring you more stories afterwards, talk about exactly how the process of work been done. So this come to the end of our live stream for now. So for all our interviews, and also you look at the workers cutting all the moves, and for myself standing here, my feeling is that for the workers, it's really, really difficult for them. Their courage and their hard working really bring that excitement to us. They are really great. And for the intelligence of our ancient people, because think about that, they need to dig a hole throughout the whole mountain. It's not just 1 year they can make it, because right now we have all the different machines to help us. But for the ancient ancestors, they're really smart and intelligent to make the whole road. So for myself, I believe this also gives me the respect and the feeling about the nature. So talk about we should be coexisting harmoniously with the nature, with the whole environment, this beautiful scene. We need to also show our love to the nature. I believe this is my feelings. The work right now is still undergoing. I believe right now we can really feel the ancient people that work really hard. We can really hurt at their work, digging the hole on the rocks on the mountains. And come to the end of our live stream. If you want to find out more, please pay attention to the different media platforms. We will show you more stories and the coverage. And you also can look back at the CCTV and the CGTN. Your favorite media platform to review the live stream. So throughout our today's live stream, I only show you a flavor of the whole road. There are more exciting pieces. Let me show you a video clip to let you enjoy the beautiful scene of Huashan Mountain.